everyone, it's Carolyn here to share another channeled message from the Light Keepers, a group of angelic beings I channel for your awakening and ascension journey. And then what I do is I give my take and my experiences with respect to the topic that they're talking about. So today is about tools of the trade. So things that you can do to assist yourself along your journey and make it more fun, even than it already is, right? I know it's difficult, but it's a lot of fun too. So that's what I want to talk about today is things that you can actually use to assist you in this journey. And I'm going to share many of my tools today so you can get some ideas and then create your own. So with that today, welcome to everybody who's new. I appreciate you joining me today and everybody who always returns and makes those wonderful comments that I learn from as well. So thank you. Those of you who are new, I'm Carolyn Zaiser. I'm a channel, I'm a distance energy healer, and I'm a spiritual awakening mentor. And I offer these channels for your awakening journey support. So I also have a video below in the description box that helps you understand what flow is and why it is important in your body for health and wellness. So check it out, and it'll also lead you to more free content, including a channeled message each week. So thank you for joining me today. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and read the Light Keepers channel on this topic, which led me to consider, wow, what is it I use? And I thought I would share those with you today. So I'm going to read the channel, and then we'll go from there. Your journey to awaken within is not one you travel alone. Open your eyes and do not be blind to what you have been offered around you all the time. That of consciousness, too, calls out your name. For all that is created has this energy in it, too, here to help you through the dark days and the bright ones, too. So look to what calls your name, the thing to keep you company, and it will do the same. Do you feel an affinity for the thing that knocks on your door? So use it and become close to it too. Share your energy of love with it. For as you build the relationship, be it practices or things you love in your way, the connection builds each day to offer you its energy and you yours the same. Now you have made a place to come where all around you is help. Never taught this in your way, for humans have lost this magic in their day. But now you see clearly too, and begin to recognize consciousness is all around you. And when you connect to the things that bring you the sense of togetherness to be, and high vibration too, then make it a part of your new practice to exude all the strength in you today, the magic and mystery you are uncovering in your way. So I thought that was beautiful. And so it led me to create a list of things that I use as tools in my journey. So what they're talking about here is not just having this be you solitary on your own. And when we think about being solitary, we often think about we don't have any friends or family or people we know that we can really talk to or connect with. But what we can do as we're building that community of humans, we can connect with the consciousness around us in the things that are around us or things that we come across in our journey that we're attracted to, whether it be a piece of art, whether it be a crystal, whatever it is, where eventually you end up kind of collecting all of this beauty around you that feels like somehow you're very connected to it. So I'm going to share a few of the things today that I use on a regular basis. It might spark some ideas for you. It may also spark you to think about things that you maybe haven't even created as a toolkit, because honestly, it is a toolkit that we create. And it makes it much more fun. It makes it beautiful. And what you're going to find is the power in the things that you connect with, because everything is energy. And there's a conscious connection to what you feel of beauty and light, of the things that you're attracted to. So I'm going to start by sharing some of the things that I use as tools in my toolkit during my awakening journey. And this has grown over the period of the years that I've been going through the awakening journey. So some of these are actual objects, some of these things are things that I do, but they're all part of this toolkit that I use to move through my journey on a day-to-day basis. So the first one I'm going to mention is one that came probably within the last year and has been in front of me for, I don't know, about 10 years, and I was oblivious until I realized My black cat, Hiroshi, who you've seen in videos on occasion, oh my gosh, he's the most magical cat. He allows me to, he's a black cat as well. He comes to me when he knows I need him. And oh wow, I just took a deep breath. So what I'll do is I'll pick him up when he shows up and really makes a point of wanting to be with me. He knows when I need to release energy into him. So our pets are fantastic opportunities to be part of this, what I'll call toolkit of awakening. They help to release energy into them. They transmute energy for us, particularly cats. They also offer us love and caring and kindness and just being able to release into unconditional love. They teach us unconditional love. But my cat in particular is a very important part of helping me release energy to be able to, just like you're using sage or anything else, right? But your cats, your animals can provide that as well. They can also provide an opening of the heart chakra. They can assist you in just feeling more comfort in your journey. So my cat is one of the really important parts of my toolkit, and I didn't realize that till about a year ago when suddenly I realized he had really kind of amped up his, I guess I would say his behavior with respect to me. And when I'm in an energetic state, he very often joins me in sessions that I have with clients. It's fascinating. It's like he knows the high vibration, so he wants to hang out in my office when he doesn't normally do that. But look to your animals, look to your pets. Are they part of your journey forward? Maybe they are. Maybe you haven't thought about that, and maybe you can consider that moving forward. Okay, number 2. This may seem obvious to a lot of people, but it's not always. Stones. Okay, and I'm talking like these guys. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I have here. And this is kind of show and tell. So what I've got here, I have all these different stones. Mongolian quartz. This is from Ireland. I don't know exactly what it is. Maybe some kind of granite, but it's from the shores of Ireland. This is from Utah, and I am not going to remember the name of the national park. Oh, Bryce Canyon. I got this out in the parking lot, but I had to have a little piece. I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but anyway, it was just sitting in the parking lot. I have this beautiful crystal. Forget where I got that. And then this came out of the Sierra Nevadas. And so each of these, what I find and what I do is when I do my work, regardless what work you're doing, whether you're going to a job, outside a home or whatever, there's nothing wrong with taking that stone with you to, hang on to as it provides you whatever you need in your day. This one right here helps me transmute energies. I take in a lot of energy, so it helps me balance this. Sometimes I have odd, I guess I would say, connection on my laptop when we're talking, and this helps. So there's a lot of reasons to have your stones with you. So I just pick one, and that is really a huge part of my toolkit as I'm journeying forward. Even if I'm not doing work, because I'm not always working, right? So I will carry one around with me just because I feel a connection with it. And of course, it's like any other thing that you carry around. There's a lot of those things. You can use it because you get nervous or whatever it is. But I love my stones, and I can feel a difference with them individually. And I usually ask them, and you can do this too, usually ask them which one wants to work with me today, and then I get a sense of which one to pick up. So a third thing that I do as part of a really important piece of my toolkit is baths, Epsom salt baths. But I was a shower person, oh Lord, my whole life, I think. I mean, other than as a kid taking baths, I started taking baths right at my awakening. Forget whether you use Epsom salts or anything like that, just being in the water, there's some really high vibration connection. I also find that my meditations are much stronger in the water. You might want to try that sometime. Baths are clearly a part of my regimen with respect to my awakening journey. And I am a big Epsom salt fan. And so try that sometime. Try meditating and then light some candles. Just make that a part of assisting yourself in your journey forward, a calm place for you to be able to relax and take in some quiet time. Baths are amazing. Human connection. I know we all don't want to really be around a lot of humans, we seem to think, but there comes a point in time in your awakening journey where you kind of start wanting to reach back out. I know I mean, it lasts a long time, that kind of isolation piece, but then there does come a time where we want to, or at least a lot of us want to get back out in society, whatever that means. I mean, I know we work day to day, most of us, or we have family we're around, but I'm talking the really going out and doing more social activities, being around maybe more groups. You're going to find that there's something, at least I have, where you're feeling like you want to connect in some way, whatever that means for you. But the thing is, for me, part of my toolkit is literally getting out and making a point to go do a thing where there are a lot of people. Now, I'm not talking thousands of people, I'm talking dozens. And in some cases, maybe more. Like going the other day, I mean, this may seem super simple, but I went to coffee with a friend, and it was kind of a loud coffee shop, but it's a lovely place. And I could just feel the energy. I was so jazzed up as I went in there, and I'm usually, like I said, pretty high energy anyway. And oh my gosh. And sometimes that can be a little overwhelming if you're not ready for that. But I'm ready now for more human connection. And I think we do find that we come out of that shell of wanting to always be alone, to one degree or another, because whether you're introverted or extroverted, that matters too. But there's something about wanting to share your light and share your journey, and not necessarily in words, just to be out basically, because we are light workers, right? So the light that we have, that we're carrying, that we're growing in ourselves in intensity and vibration and frequency, we share just by being around others. So there's something in us that will want to eventually get out more in whatever way that means for you. So that's part of my toolkit lately as well. And again, these things may likely, as they have with me, shift and change for you. So another thing, a big part of my toolkit is music and dancing, because I can get very in my head, very focused, I'm just going to work, going to do my thing and produce and create, right? I forget lots of times to have fun, but I'm fun when I have fun, which makes no sense, but I have to remember to have fun. It's very much a struggle for me. Dancing first thing in the morning. I've told you before, many of you have watched maybe the video where I talked about I'm dancing in the morning to disco, because that is my favorite music. I just want to dance forever. If I could have a place to be able to dance regularly, to dance music, disco, whatever you want to call it, house music, whatever it's called nowadays. But that kind of music, to be able to just feel it and move and have your body connect in with itself and to be able to move. For me, dancing is just wonderful. So I dance in my kitchen in the morning to a song, right? But music. I also have, during the day, I will have, because of course I work from home, I will background music on. It's very, I would say, spiritual in an ethereal way. And there is something about that just offers to me that space of calmness and gentleness throughout the day. I feel like it helps me connect in even more with my angels and my guides, and just creates it's almost like a wave of beauty in my house. So dance and music is really important to me. You may find that for yourself too. Okay, number 6, something you enjoy morning and night to start the day and close out the day. To me, this is so important. My most beautiful thing that I do for myself in the morning is I take my time in the morning. I don't really start very early, because that's just not, I know we don't all have the option to do that, but if you have the option to do what you want in the morning to a degree, and you can work this time in, do that thing that makes you happy. Guess what mine is? Grinding my coffee beans and having my first cup of beautiful coffee while I'm looking out the window in my bathrobe at my birds who I just fed, and all of them are showing up in all their glory. I'm in Iowa, so we're a flyway. And oh my gosh, winter, spring, summer, fall, they're all different and they're beautiful. And you never know who you're going to get each day. I get a red-tailed hawk. On occasion, I get the crows. I get, you name it. They're out there. That is a thing for me in the morning. If I don't have that, oh, forget it, right? I need that for me. At the end of the day, when I go to bed, I sit there, I have my thing. At the end of the day, I don't just rush to bed and not turn off my head. What I do is I have to watch something funny or fun. I go on YouTube or whatever, watch a movie or something that's funny. I want to laugh, okay? I want to laugh, or I want to be able to take in something that is well, kind of like really 3D, if you want to call it that, but something that brings me joy and is fun. And that's how I close out my evening. And then sometimes I will read as well. My books are really important to me as well. This is all part of what I've created around me that makes my spiritual journey more significant and really makes it feel like it's a full life as such. It's just not this body going through these shifts and changes or my mind going through shifts and changes. It's what I have around me. It's what I use day to day. It's what I do for myself day to day. That's the whole point of a toolkit, right? You carry it with you. It becomes your life, part of your life and what you do each day. And these are the little things that I'm talking about that I do to help me forward. I also have started to like ceremonies. Now, I don't use them regularly, but when I do, I have little things that I use on a regular basis that make the ceremony special. And I'm talking new moon, full moon, and equinox. That's about as good as it gets for me. Some of you guys are amazing with your ceremonies. I'm just learning to create those for myself and what they really mean for me. And I'm just going to show you a couple things that I actually use. So it depends, though, on what the ceremony is. I have this amazing Kachina doll that just spoke to me on a trip to New Mexico. And there's a real connection there. It's just a beautiful little thing. I don't know what tribe this is. It might be Navajo. I'm not really sure. But anyway, it's beautiful. I love it. I also have crow as my one of my spirit animals. This is a little it's very heavy. I think it might be obsidian. It's an obsidian crow with little gold eyes. Very important to me. I'll bring that out, use it in ceremonies. Then I have I love these candles. Okay, like I went to our local Hispanic grocery store, and they're $2 and some odd cents, and they have these beautiful little like this is Archangel Michael, and I think they're petroleum based though, but anyway, they're useful for what I use them for. And I just love these tall pillar candles. And so I have some of these that I use on occasion and burn them for ceremonies. I also use them for my baths. And then I have my rattle. This is used for the work that I do, but I also will use it in my ceremonies. And so this again is something that spoke to me. Again, this is about collecting things that really speak to you, that you really feel connected to, or that you just end up picking up and you don't understand why. Okay, so I have a close connection to this rattle. It's like I reclaimed it. So I have that. I use it for my ceremonies. I also use it for my work that I do. So the other thing that I'm a freak for is my wands. They're artisan wands created by, if you're interested, Raw Moonhawk wands. You can find him on Facebook. He puts beautiful pieces together, but the point in this is these are very important to me. They are part of the work that I do. They're part of, forget again that I have a business where I use these items. You can use these in your daily work that you do, because this is about creating a lifestyle. And when you start having the toolkit around you, you feel like this is really your journey that you're creating for yourself with the beautiful things that have consciousness of its own. As they've talked in the channel, all of these things, everything is energetic and has a consciousness and speaks to you in ways that you probably don't even understand fully. When you're drawn to something that you want, that is a part of your journey, make it a part of your journey. Buy that thing, bring that thing in. It may be something you already have in your house, and now all of a sudden, because you're going through the awakening, you understand it and why you're attracted to it. So all of these little things that I just mentioned are part of the ceremonies that I do, as well as the work that I do. And again, I go back to, it doesn't matter if you have a business. We're going through the awakening journey. Make it full of beauty and grace for yourself. Make yourself a toolkit. It's a beautiful thing. I have many other little things I use, but those are just some examples that I use for my ceremonies. So the other thing for me that's important in my toolkit is having humor in my life. I need to laugh. I need to have fun. So I oftentimes, because I work alone, I oftentimes just be silly in my house. I'll make myself laugh. I watch funny videos on occasion. I like to laugh and have a good time. It's high vibration too, but that's part of my toolkit, being around people that are funny too, that are fun, that are joyous. I want to have my tribe that I'm around be lighthearted and enjoy having fun and laughing. And that is a huge part of my journey and being able to have that in my toolkit, because if everything for me was super serious, which I can get pretty serious, um, I would I would not be the lighthearted person that I am. I wouldn't be high vibration, because I really believe humor and joy is a big part of this awakening journey and brings us up into a higher frequency and vibration. So when you can find humor in your day and fun, that makes such a big difference. And I do struggle with the not the idea of fun, because I'd love to have fun, but it's breaking out of that goal oriented situation that I've created for myself, where that's just who I am. I want to achieve and do and support and assist the collective. That's what I want to do. But at the same time, I need to have fun in my life too and have humor. So that's what I look for in things that I do. Also, for me, flowers. Flowers are so important now. You know, we're in the middle of Iowa winter. I don't have a lot of flowers around me. I am one to definitely pick my flowers from my garden. I have them around me. I try to have nature around me in some way through my gardening efforts, getting out in nature. But flowers are really important to me to be able to bring them into my presence on a regular basis. So again, these are all things that I have created as part of how I'm going to journey forward in my awakening. It's just not me in this human world. Your whole environment can change in a way that makes you feel that there are things around you that you can see that represent who you've become, who you are, remind you who you are, who you're going to be. And even if you don't have, I mean, I live on my own, right? So I can make my house any way I want it and put things in it anywhere, but I do it mainly in my office. All my trinkets and things are in my office that are important to me. This is where I spend most of my time. Find a place for yourself. Even if it's a corner of, I don't know, your bedroom or whatever. A closet. I'm not kidding you. I just redid a closet, took all my clothes out of there, and it's going to become a space, has no windows, it's very tiny. It's going to become a space of being able to just be on my own. I know I'm on my own, but in a different way, in the dark, with the door shut, and being able to just light a candle and be in a different space. So consider that. Do you have a closet you could create into your own space that you create for yourself? Creating an altar. All of these little things can be around you as an altar, like that's your space. So for me, it's extremely important to have a space that is yours, where you can go in and feel, oh, I can be me here. This is where I can really explore and experience my awakening journey. I have all this conscious support through the things that are around me that are important to me. Because remember, they all have a consciousness, all right? Every little thing, just because it's immobile, doesn't mean it doesn't have an energetic connection that is conscious. Everything we have created, because we are a spark of the divine, has a consciousness in it. It has an energetic influence on us and we on it. So as you start forming a relationship with your inanimate objects and your animate objects like your cats and your dogs, you're going to be amazed at what you take forward in your awakening journey. It's going to feel more like you have a life that is different and unique. Regardless of whether your family or friends are going through awakening and understand you, you're building what's important for you on your awakening journey forward. So I hope you have enjoyed this today and able to take away some ideas on how you can collect and create a space for you of things that you do, things that you have, people that are around you, experiences that you have that create this surrounding awakening support system as the toolkit that you can take on your day-to-day journey. So with that, I hope you have enjoyed this video and taking something away from it and start looking at what you can pull in to create your own toolkit. So with that, I will always remind you of my Purple Rain Healing website, where you can see all of my services, where I offer distance energy healing and channeling, spiritual awakening mentoring, where I work with you one-on-one to launch you forward in your awakening journey, and also channeled messages. And through all of these services, I channel information for you through your spirit team. And so with that today, I thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you've enjoyed this video by liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I will see you in the next one.